get into it.
Elevate on in, come time to ascend. Let's go. SuperFi, cipher, whole wisdom, legend. From beginning to end, it's all knowledge itself. SuperFi, cipher, high intentions of wealth. Alright, elevate on in, time to ascend. Let's go. SuperFi, cipher, whole wisdom, legend. Supreme frequency, and welcome to the beginning of becoming a better version of you. I'm modernizing the ancient sciences for soul tribes to create empires, here to inspire. Beloved, think higher. Feel that thunder of divinity, kinetic synergy. Enter into the temple of the soul you. Expose the ego. Now, feel that inner flow. Command the center. The SuperFi cipher, uploading knowledge from the ethers.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Welcome back. Welcome back to the SuperFi Cipher. Ooh. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Now, if this is your first time joining us, my name is Jen, the Peacock, and you are now tuned into the SuperFi. Depending on where you are listening from, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on our IG pages and keep up with when we're dropping new episodes, right? The last place we left off was Intention and Purpose, and that one was very powerful. If you haven't heard that episode yet, please go and check it out. It is available on Anchor FM, Spotify, and YouTube, and we'll be coming to some other outlets soon. Ooh. With that being said, first let me give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Right Moods and the Madness brand, as well as Onyx Divine Garden, MP Entertainment. Thank you all for the love and support. All their information will be located in our description boxes and things of that nature. If you would like to sponsor the show, please send a email to rightmoods@gmail.com, or you can go on the rightmoods.com website, hit the contact page, sponsorship, and you can get some more information as well as for advertising and all that good stuff. Okay, we're here to support you as you support us, and we support each other. So, intentions and purpose again was where we left off. So we are going to be talking about idling with idols and ideas. I do have my cup of coffee, so we can get into this tea. Now, as with all things, I want to start with the definition or defining what idols, ideas, and idols are. So the first word that I'm going to pull up and put a little paint where it ain't is idle, IDLE, right? So Merriam-Webster says that idle is not occupied or employed, such as having no employment, inactive, not turned to normal or appropriate use, not scheduled to compete, lacking worth or basis, shiftless, lazy, having no evident lawful meaning of support. Damn. So when it is in the action state, or verb, if you will, to run at low power and often disconnected, usually so that power is not used for useful work. To move idly, to pass in idleness, to cause, to, idle. I felt that coming. I was hoping I didn't sneeze. So, okay. That's what Merriam-Webster says. So idle just doesn't seem like such a positive word at this moment, right? You don't want to be idle. Like, who would want to be idle? So I want to go to the word idol, IDOL. And let's see what Miriam and them got to say about the word idol. So when you're idling, okay, reserving power, reserving energy, and in this state of reservation, if you will, the idolization causes you to idolize or idealize what it is that your subconscious begins to get programmed into thinking that you want. And let me break this down a little further. So the definition of idol: an object of extreme devotion, a representation or symbol of an object of worship, a false god, a likeness of something, a pretender, an imposter. Okay, it's a fallacy. Something that is in the sense of being ideal is an idol, a god, a hero, an icon. So when you idolize something, you are becoming idol in yourself. What I mean by that is that energy that should be powering you, right? Should be causing you to move forward in some type of action has been cut off from being useful. And now you're idolizing a lifestyle or a person or a place or a thing, whatever, right? Let me give you an example on the simplest form of how we idolize regular people. Okay, what I'm going to say is regular people. You see a person that's attractive, and you think to yourself, man, it looks like they got their shit together, and they're beautiful, and, you know, just seeing them, it makes your heart skip a beat, but you feel like they're out of your league. They wouldn't want someone like you. You have now made that person an idol. You have made them appear to be more than you. They have more value than you do at this point, because you don't feel that you can obtain this person. Ain't that deep? But that is a form of idolization. It's just, you know, you gotta put the paint where it ain't, right? So once you begin to idolize, you begin to walk away from your intention, or placing your intention into an idea or an idealism. If I was this person, if I had this person, you know, I don't know if everybody listens to old school music, but there's a song by the Temptations called Imagination. And I think it is the perfect song to go with this topic. There's a portion that says, it's just my imagination running away with me. So basically the gist of the song is that this guy is saying, each day through my window, he's watching this chick as she passes by, and he's thinking about their life together. You know, her coming home, him doing this, him doing that. But once he comes to and comes out of his idol worship, he realizes it's just my imagination. You know, because I've never spoken to you. I haven't taken action. I haven't figured out where my intention truly is with this. I'm just idling. We tend to idle a lot because we have our subconscious program to believe we don't deserve something, or we're not in the place to receive something. And once we take on this error thinking, it becomes our reality. So those ideas that you have just become imagination. Oh, it's just a dream. While some people are dreaming out loud, I stopped placing people as idols, even those that I felt were awesome writers and orators and teachers and all of these different things, because the more I idolized these people and put them on a pedestal, if they had done something or they erred or they didn't make the content, their next content, how they did their previous content, then now I'm in a state of judgment, right? Because this person or this thing or this entity, this object of my affection, that does not know that I have this deep level of affection and idealism, has now become less than in my eyes. That's deep. That's deep. So let's move on to idea. And I did my best to kind of stay and do the definitions first, but I really want to be able to provide the fullness and to blend all of these things together. So what is an idea? An idea is a formulated thought or opinion, whatever is known or supposed about something. The central meaning or chief end of a particular action or situation, a plan for action, a standard of perfection, ideal. Now, a plan for action would be like a design. A standard of perfection would be ideal. Or a transcendent entity that is a real pattern of which existing things are imperfect representations. Whoa! That's in Merriam-Webster. Now, another definition of this is now an idea. We're reading about idea, not idol. Idea. The next one says an entity, such as a thought, concept, sensation, or image, actually or potentially present to consciousness. An indefinite or unformed concept. An image recalled by memory. An image in the mind. A visible representation of a concept. A replica of a pattern. So because you're seeing something physically, you now form an idea about it. And that idea begins to get glued together, by other concepts or other indefinite, unformed concepts that come together. And again, there's this, it's just my imagination. We have 2 children where you love me, I love you, and you form this indefinite representation of a concept. It's a replica. So it is not exactly what it is presenting itself to be. An idea has to be thought out. One idea, okay, well, I'm going to make t-shirts. Okay, you're going to make t-shirts. What type of t-shirts are you going to make? What type of fabric are you going to use? Who is your base clientele for these t-shirts? How are you going to reach them? What is your objective with these t-shirts? You see how the idea then you have to then go forward and proceed in answering questions about the idea, the who, what, when, where, Why? Because the why is what is going to get the plan in motion. But a lot of people see somebody else doing something. Oh, if they can do it, I can do it. You can't. I mean, you can, but you cannot do it like them, or feel like because they have the ability or because they do something similar to you that you can outdo this person. You are going to set yourself up for failure every time. It is not about competing. It's not about competition. When you go into the thought of competing with someone, you have now the IDLE. You've made your own energy idol to come and turn me into an idol and form an idea that you are somehow better than me, or can compete, or want to compete with me, or are you getting this? This is how a replica is created. They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. And this is how false gods or false images are created. Do you see how I tied that all the way back around? That is why we call celebrities icons. What is an icon? Let's just break down the simple term of icon. What you see projected by this person is an icon. What is a con? It's something that isn't what you think it is. It is a replica. It's an idea. It's an ideal. Okay, and you're drawn to this person because they have some type of similarity to you. Or they empower you in some way, or they inspire you in some way when you need to be aspiring. Look up the difference in what words mean. That's why I love giving the definitions first. You can be an inspiration, but what are you aspiring to? I'm going to take a sip on that. It's heating up. It's heating up. We're going to take a brief commercial break. I know how we do it. Show some love to our sponsors and advertisers. And we'll be right back.